franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down, here's Barkley again. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Willis headed left off the option. And some room to maneuver. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels, and picking up some nice yardage.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football. On 2nd down, here's Barkley.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Third down, it's Willis.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Mike Williams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And some room to work. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 31 yards there and a first down. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, They're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
The Ravens at 7-8 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. This defense for the Steelers, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, but there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. That'll be Frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. He's got a man. It's his fullback.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive, but the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Prescott. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, Brent. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. And you can bet bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They go play action with Willis.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Willis from the gun on 3rd down.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Za'Darius Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Good coverage there, an even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Throwing right, and that's complete.
And the Steelers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. (10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Let's go.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so, and one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Barkley again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Willis on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Malik Willis scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Steelers are once again back in front. Elliott on for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Steelers 14, Ravens 10. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Jordan Willis on the return. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback that knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
A give for Taylor running right side. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Well, kind of a quirk in the schedule. These two division rivals didn't see each other much of the year. Their first meeting was just a few weeks ago, back in Week 14. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Hey, 47. We go 47. 46.
Throwing. Prescott. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Willis from the gun on 3rd down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor. Down to about the 45.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Now Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. A 1st down carry for Barkley. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Willis looks to pass it here.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Willis.
That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Now whistles here before the snap, but it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Willis will look to throw it.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Running left, it's Barkley. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Elliott Good with a PAT, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
Ravens 10. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the 6.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Kill! 47! 26!
A first down throw for Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Elliott Good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Steelers 28, Ravens 10. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Able to slither by. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Fielded right around the 8. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
63 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On third down, it's Prescott. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Here's Willis now off the play fake.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, it's Willis.
It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra...
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Tyquan Thornton.
33 yards as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one.
The ball is free. Taylor lost it.
And I think the offense is going to keep possession. Yes, they are, but they're backed up now at their own 2-yard line.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
From the 6.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Dak on the option left. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker, who got in and dropped him to the turf.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick 6 from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Play action now. Prescott.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth.
49 yards.
And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Steelers 42, Ravens 17.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Willis as Thornton hauls it in. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. It's Barkley on the counter. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
From the gun, here's Willis.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations. And we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They go play action with Willis.
That is caught. It's Williams.
And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Barkley is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Another try for Barkley. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game.
And the Steelers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Open man, that's the tight end, Freiermuth.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Prescott down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Prescott. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Brandon Stephens.
And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. And they take a knee. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Steelers, they moved to 9-7 on the year with 1 game remaining.